Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Frankfurt Stock Exchange and welcome to the opening bell event of Schaeffler AG. Today celebrating the merger of Schaeffler AG and Vitesco Technologies Group AG. My name is Max Ebner from Deutsche Börse and I have the pleasure to guide you through this event here today on the trading floor in the historic Stock Exchange building in downtown Frankfurt. The event on the floor will start right away in a few seconds with our intro video.
All eyes are on Frankfurt today as Deutsche Börse shines its big spotlight on another exciting stakeholder.
Working towards this moment is one thing, but for senior management to be here today is a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
And this was the intro video, and now we will see Caroline von Linsingen with a short introduction into today's event.
Good morning. On behalf of our CEO, Theodor Weimer, and our Executive Board member, Thomas Burg, welcome to Deutsche Börse, welcome to our trading floor here in Frankfurt. It is a great honor to have you here today. Let me give you a quick overview of what to expect of this bell ceremony. We will start with a signature in the guest book of Deutsche Börse, followed by a speech of Georg Schaeffler and Klaus Rosenfeld. Before that, Thomas Burg will also address some words to you. And then the ceremony will culminate in the ringing of the iconic bell ringing. Enjoy this very special moment. And now, the guest book is ready for signature. Thank you very much.
And now we see here the signing book in which all companies that celebrate a bell ringing event here on the trading floor are making an entry. And currently signing is Georg Schaeffler, Chairman of the Supervisory Board of Schaeffler AG. And now the second signature by Klaus Rosenfeld, CEO of Schaeffler AG. Schaeffler has already entered a dedication into the book this morning. Always a nice opportunity to capture this moment as a lasting memory for this event. And we see a third signature as well. That was Klaus Bauer, CFO of Schaeffler AG. And now the event will continue with a welcome speech by Dr. Thomas Burg, member of the Executive Board of Deutsche Börse.
Dear Mr. Schaeffler, dear Mr. Rosenfeld, dear Schaeffler team, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome here to the Frankfurt Stock Exchange. I should actually say welcome back, because almost 9 years ago, I think it was the 9th of October 2015, Schaeffler AG went public here on the Frankfurt Stock Exchange, so for you it's welcome back. And I have to say, it's really great to have you here. I would like to congratulate you and the entire team on behalf of the Executive Board of Deutsche Börse to this major milestone that you've achieved. Today we celebrate the merger of Schaeffler AG and Vitesco Technologies, which from today will be traded as Schaeffler shares. Congratulations. And we know this has been a lot of work for you and for the entire team. With this step now, you are among the top 10 automotive suppliers worldwide. And we see here, it's great to see the iconic green colors here on our floor this morning. Your motto has been stronger together, and I think this fits in many ways in our current time. We all should live and believe in it much more. In your case, two German companies are coming together to proactively shape the future. And together you will form the leading motion technology company, making movement more efficient, smarter, and more sustainable. This merger will combine the innovative power and the operational strengths of two companies. It will unite pioneering spirit on a common shared value foundation. And it not only shows the foresight of the Schaeffler family and of you, Mr. Rosenberg, as the CEO and your colleagues, but also the ability to adapt to changing market conditions. A situation that not only Schaeffler and Vitesco find themselves in, but many companies in Germany and industrial sectors in our country, changing conditions, geopolitical dynamics, and a necessary transformation. We all should believe in the potential of this country and the entrepreneurial and pioneering spirit that we see also in the Schaeffler Group. And we all should look positively in our country and into the future. This merger here offers a unique opportunity for you as the Schaeffler team to leverage numerous advantages and realize additional value creation potential. The 4 divisions of the newly formed company will be leading in their market fields, and both companies share the strong focus on sustainability. Now you rise to the top 10, and after the integration is completed, Schaeffler will achieve annual sales of 25 billion euro, employ about 120,000 people, with 44 research and development centers worldwide and more than 100 production sites in all major world regions. Companies like yours are the backbone of the German economy, and you are a global innovation leader in your field. And dear Mr. Schaeffler, the history of your family business is more than impressive. Since founding of the Industrie GmbH by the brothers Wilhelm and Georg Schaeffler in 1946 and the invention of the needle cage, I had to look it up what a needle cage is, but now I understand it. Schaeffler AG has developed into a globally active automotive and industrial supplier group. And, which is a great pleasure for us, of course, as mentioned, you have been listed as a family business since 2015. Unfortunately, still far too rare as a phenomenon in Germany. We hope for more listings, for more IPOs, also of family businesses. And as a member of the Executive Board of Deutsche Börse, I'm particularly pleased that you not only both are listed on the capital market, but also that the merger was made possible on the stock exchange using the public capital market. So you have impressively demonstrated how a family business can use the potential of the public capital market and still retain control over their own company. And it's a strong signal. Germany needs a stronger capital market. Now you're taking it a step further and you've given up control as a family and converted the preferred shares into common shares. From control, now it applies one share, one vote. It will be a strong signal for the Schaeffler Group as a listed company and shows your confidence in the capital market. I congratulate you on this foresight and trust, dear Mr. Schaeffler, but also you, dear Mr. Rosenfeld, as the CEO of the Schaeffler Group. Schaeffler is now in the driver's seat, and you had to convince the capital market on the strategic plans. This was successful, as we see. We are standing here after a long journey. It's a major milestone on the further evolution of the Schaeffler Group. So this is the beginning of the growth journey that is ahead of you on the public market. Schaeffler AG and Vitesco Technologies have already completed part of the journey and will now undertake it together. I wish you all the best for this, dear Mr. Schaeffler, dear Mr. Rosenberg, for what's ahead of you. And I now hand over the stage to you. It's great to have you here. Please let me welcome you on stage, Mr. Schaeffler. The floor is yours.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, and thank you for joining us today for another historic moment of the Schaeffler Group on this hopefully auspicious day. You mentioned it 9 years ago, October 9th, 2015, we took the first step to open the family business to the capital markets, to the equity capital markets, because we had been on the bond capital markets before. And certainly something that is not an easy step to begin with for a family business. But in doing so, we combined, on the one hand, the long-term perspective, sometimes the emotional tie, the resilience that comes with that, of a family business, with the professionalism of listed entities when it comes, obviously, to the governments, when it comes to regulatory issues, but obviously also to how a company is run. And so, in a sense, combining the best of two worlds. It allowed the company to execute its long-term plan without, and forgive me for saying this, the unhealthy focus only on the quarterly results and the volatility that comes with it, while at the same time, of course, still enforcing a necessary and healthy focus on operative performance, on shareholder returns, on free cash flow. Now, today we take another historic step for the Schaeffler Group. You mentioned it by switching to one share, one vote. A step that obviously many have asked for, and therefore hopefully it will enhance the investability and attractiveness of the Schaeffler stock. But maybe a little bit more important even, it's a step to make something even bigger possible. You talked about it already, namely the merger with Vitesco. Now, in a sense, obviously, the Vitesco transaction was even more of a déjà vu for my mother and for myself than today's second listing, because as we all know, roughly 16 years ago, we pursued a strategic link with Continental because of their capabilities in electric and electronics. We all know that it didn't quite pan out as planned, as expected, but patience and some persistence paid off, and yesterday's merger has significantly strengthened the Schaeffler Group, bringing together the outstanding expertise of Vitesco in electronics, while also bringing the renowned expertise of Schaeffler in mechanics to the table, forming what I would at least see as a true powerhouse in motion technology. And of course, for the Schaeffler family, closing a local circle after 16 years. Now, long-term thinking, patience, coupled with hard work, made this possible. The same way we built the Schaeffler Group, expanding on the solid foundation that my father had left us. Of course, always also guided by our 4 core values, also something the founders left us. Innovative, excellent, sustainable, and of course, passionate. And these approaches, long-term thinking, hard work, patience, persistence, coupled with a strong focus on customers, most importantly, free cash flow, operative excellence, will remain the basis of the success of the Schaeffler Group going forward. We look forward to continuing this journey of building, of growing the Schaeffler Group with our existing non-family shareholders. And we, of course, invite others to join us as new shareholders. After all, stronger together applies to investors as well. Welcome to new Schaeffler. Welcome to one share, one vote. Thank you.
Dear Mr. Schaeffler, ladies and gentlemen, I've just been told I have 4 minutes, so I will do this rather quickly. Lots has been said, but let me also extend on my behalf and on behalf of all my board colleagues a good morning. We are very pleased that we're here today for the second time. Mr. Schaeffler said it, the Schaeffler IPO 9 years ago was clearly a defining moment. The listing of the shares after the Vitesco merger today is another one, a milestone in our corporate history. In 2015, when we did the first IPO, our industry was already in upheaval. Some of you remember when we flew to London there to start the process with the intention to float, 2 hours later, after we were out, headlines about the famous, unfortunate Dieselgate scandal hit the wires. And we started really with headwinds. At the time, we had to change the schedule. We had to wait a little bit. We then decided to go in 2 steps. We reduced the volume and listed with a little bit of delay, but we listed, ladies and gentlemen. And in the end, the IPO, the first IPO, was a success. I can only echo what Mr. Schaeffler said. It laid the foundation for a company that is able to combine the best of both worlds, a family-owned company with very long-term perspective, and the dialogue with our external investors. Today we are back here again, and it's fair to say, like in 2015, the environment around us is not easy. Circumstances could be better. It's rough, ladies and gentlemen, in the automotive industry. Not only because of all the macroeconomic and geopolitical challenges, but also because of the profound transformation we are exposed to. This is affecting many of our customers, and it's also affecting us. And Mr. Schaeffler spoke about strengths and persistence. I think we can say at Schaeffler, and we're proud to say, we have demonstrated over the last years that we are able to cope with headwind. And to put it a little bit differently, we are able to turn challenges into opportunities. We have been, and we will be, driving our business on that thought and on that belief. That also gives me a lot of pride, but also a lot of confidence that this merger will further contribute to realizing the motto that it had and still has, stronger together. This slogan was designed by Mr. Schaeffler himself. It reflects our conviction that these two companies belong together. You also saw the rationale of this transaction, a strategically sound logic, very well financed. A big thank you very much to Klaus Bauer and his team. Complementary not only in technology, but also in culture, something that will drive us forward, a transaction that will help us, Schaeffler and Vitesco together, to shape the future, to shape the transformation of our industry and play an even bigger role globally to create shareholder value and long-term success. Ladies and gentlemen, the fact that we are able to complete such a transaction, such a complex transaction in less than a year is a significant achievement. And I want to use the opportunity here to thank not only my colleagues, not only the whole deal team, but in particular my dear colleague, my dear friend, Klaus Bauer, who, as usual, like a CFO operates, pulled all the strings together without talking too much about this, but he was the defense line, the person that made all of this possible, and I think that deserves our greatest respect. I talked about the fit, I talked about the cultural integration, and I want to cut it short. This transaction, this moment, is a great step for Schaeffler. It's a milestone in our history, and Mr. Schaeffler, it would not have been possible without your trust and the trust of your mother. I thank you wholeheartedly, personally, but also on behalf of our whole company, of the executive board of Schaeffler, that you allow this to happen. One share, one vote is an important step forward. It's also based on your trust to us, and we thank you for this. I'm confident, ladies and gentlemen, I'm optimistic, and I think that's a moment today that we can all be proud of. We look forward, and we will shape the future and create an even better company. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
And these were the speeches to celebrate today's event, and now we have the ringing of the stock exchange bell. Always a great moment, the ringing of the stock exchange bell here on the trading floor in Frankfurt. Now we have here Klaus Bauer, the CFO of Schaeffler Group, ringing the bell. In the center, Georg Schaeffler, and to the right, Klaus Rosenfeld. And now it's time, as always, to take some photos here. Always a nice photo opportunity with the stock exchange bell here, also to commemorate this event here on the trading floor. Usually a once-in-a-lifetime experience, in this case a second time.
I guess it's probably the second one, I'm not sure, that you collect. We hope to see you soon again, and of course always focus on the bull, right? Congratulations.
And here we see the gift of Deutsche Börse to Schaeffler AG, and this is a original scale replica of Bull and Bear that sit here in front outside of the stock exchange building. And now, while we wait for a final photo to take place here on the trading floor, maybe some background information about today's event and what we were celebrating today. As already mentioned in the speeches today, we celebrate first the merger between Schaeffler and Vitesco, and second the conversion of shares into a unified share class of ordinary bearer shares with a voting right. And now the guests make their way upstairs onto the balcony above the DAX chart for a final photo. Always a great picture here of the trading floor. And as we move here across the trading floor, we see the branding of Schaeffler here on the trading floor, the motion technology company, and right in front of this banner, just in a few minutes or seconds even, the first guests will appear for the group photo. Underneath you can see the famous DAX chart. The DAX today almost unchanged, opening slightly down with only 4.56 points at the moment. We see here Thomas Burg arriving from the right-hand side, and now waiting for the guests to arrive here on the balcony. The trading floor that you have seen here is in the design of 2006-2007, remodeled for the last time into this current design. And now we see here the 3 guests for a final photo above the DAX chart. In the center, Georg Schaeffler. To the right, Klaus Rosenfeld, and to the left, Klaus Bauer. As you can see, the whole trading floor is branded today in Schaeffler colors to celebrate this event. The trading floor here is housed in the historic stock exchange building that was opened in 1879 and has been the home of the Frankfurt Stock Exchange ever since. And now the other guests join here for a large group photo with everyone here above the DAX chart on the trading floor. And as you can see, a very nice picture here. The whole trading floor and all the guests here above the DAX chart on the balcony. Schaeffler shares are from today trading under a new ISIN number, which is DE000SHA0019, and all shares are now bearer shares with full voting rights. Schaeffler has now 944,884,641 shares and the same amount of votes. And now everybody is waiting for the final photo moment. And these pictures mark the end of this opening bell event. I thank everyone for watching this live stream from inside the Frankfurt Stock Exchange, and I wish all viewers a great day. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.